Are we about to watch the closest thing to Yu-Gi-Oh since Yu-Gi-Oh? Spoiler alert, no, we did not. No. So, having watched this Pokemon card game, I've realized I am 21. Yes, I know, I'm very old to be watching a Pokemon game. Little card thing, I don't know. The storyline and the esque around it is very promising. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, you know, it was cheesy, it was corny, it was the most trash thing you have ever seen. No, they had some good parts, they had some good animation and stuff like that, but I just don't with the storyline, if you know what I mean. There's just some things that just is very amusing. And it might have just been because I wasn't of the sober mind. I was of the Snoop Dogg mentality, if you catch my drift. Just this TV series alone made me realize the appreciation that I had for the animated series of Pokemon, let alone the actual Pokemon itself. So let's go do a little deep dive into this story that I like to call a absolute shit show, shall we? This is gonna fucking suck. So this first episode is called The Cult, and I just oh sorry, the cult, the cult. Okay, the club. Alrighty, we'll settle for that for now. So we begin with the obvious storyline when it comes to kids, you know, moving away from what you're used to, starting anew, and you know, getting on that journey that we call life. The acceptance of friends come and go. Okay, it's getting way too serious for the Pokemon. What I'm trying to say is that, let's just say she wasn't too happy to be moving.
All right, kiddo, ready for a new adventure?
Thrilled.
But eventually she comes to it, and when she was unpacking her stuff, she came in contact with her mother's old items.
Honey, can you put that in the donation pile?
Well, what is it?
Oh, nothing. Just some old stuff I don't need anymore.
And here I thought these words exactly. If this is another Prodigy story, I rather chuck my phone outside of the window, along with my own physical body, because God, can we not reuse that plot line in every movie? Thank you. Let's just say that I was already irritated, because either A, the main champion was going to be her mother, that's what I predicted, or the mother was already trying to be champion before her, which Ash already beat you to it, honey. You kind of slowed down here. And then, all of a sudden, I don't know if this is like a weird marketing thing, but she just fails at everything. Everything, and everybody hates her for it. But it's just a series of unfortunate events. But it's kind of weird on Pokemon's marketing, because the reason that she became a part of the Pokemon Club was number one, Joshua, but also because she sat alone. She was a reject. She was one of these people who didn't fit in, and that's where you fit in Pokemon, which, I mean, get like lovely plot, but like having Pokemon be your last resort might not be well for the marketing team. And also there's another plot hole, because Joshua like origamis a Pikachu, and it says TM10 at the bottom, which how did she know, unless she watched like Toy Story and she knows always to check the foot to see what toy belongs to whom. But like what room is it? It says TM10, which is hidden power for us Poke Nerds. But even though it says TM10, it doesn't say a classroom number, it doesn't say a teacher's name on there. There's not even like a teacher in there to watch these students. They're just running around. Like, these could be the second coming of band kids. You know, those band kids who be doing the nasty in the hallways, and then now like all the lockers are like stuck shut because of the amount of sticky stuff. That's, never mind, I need a word. This is a Pokemon thing. Anyways, when she finally eventually finds the room, which in my mind, I believe that she's wandering around this whole high school in hopes to find this thing. And imagine like it got canceled that day, so she's just there, just with the janitor, just being like, hey, you want to see my Oddish? Which, number one, I love the fact that they put Oddish in here, giving Oddish a little love. That was one of my very first grass starters, or not starters, but grass Pokemon in my first ever Pokemon rub. I love Vileplume, but why Oddish? And why did you have to make the main villain Yeah, you didn't even make it like a big boss. You made it like a huge deal in the beginning, but then you completely forgot about it and made another big bad in the last 15 seconds of your very last episode. You'll understand. If you guys like this, leave a like and then I'll make more of this. But anyways, as she almost is about to get slammed in the face in the door, we get greeted with Joshua's first line, which is
Challenge accepted!
which, number one, I would already be kind of pissed being like, hey, you didn't give me a fucking number. You didn't give me like a classroom number at all. But almost dying because you wanted to show off your stinking Jolteon? Really? Not even the good evolutions? Just like Jolteon? Look, I love that they give this so much praise, but you guys fit the entire Pokemon series into 4 episodes and you think that I'm not about to get mad? Oh, I'm about to get mad. So she runs back and gets her mom's old box filled with Pokemon cards and that one stinking Oddish. And she basically runs back there and she challenged Joshua. And Joshua tells us the entirety of the rules, in which it is totally comprehensible what the rules are based on how he says it. For example,
And start with a 60-card deck. Draw 7 cards. On the field, you have 1 active Pokemon and 6 prize cards, plus bench Pokemon. Attach energy and evolve. If you knock out their Pokemon, you claim a prize card. Once you have all 6 prize cards, or they have no Pokemon left on the field, you win!
it's easy, totally easy. Did you comprehend all of that? Because I most definitely didn't.
I'll start again.
But anyways, as they continue on, he's trying to teach her through, you know, methods of being like, this is how you play, this is how, and then she finally starts succeeding, and Joshua goes, ah, cool.
Knocked out my Pikachu.
So that means I get a prize card.
Nice.
Time to fuck you up. He then begins to show no mercy, playing down card after card after card, having his Jolteon beat the absolute shit out of her Roserade, out of her Oddish, out of all of her Pokemon. That is a true friend right there. I don't care who you are, that is a true friend. You're not gonna get an easy W just because I feel pity for you. Oh, hell no. Nah, she got her ass beat, she became a sore loser, she went back home, and then she starts moping and complaining, being like, oh, I'm Joshua, oh, blah, 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 blah. Then her father realizes, well, you want to become a Pokemon player, right? Well, let me teach you. What? Okay, so what I'm hearing is that not only the mother is a prodigy, but also the father.
All right, kiddo. Ready for a new adventure?
Thrilled.
Like, they both, you understand what I mean. I mean, the mother used to want to be champion. That's what I'm predicting. And then the father has also played Pokemon before, so they're both nerds. I love their love story. But why is he teaching her and why not the mother? Okay, are we trying to save that big reveal for the final one? Nah, you already foreshadowed that down our throats so many times. And she finally goes back for a rematch. She then proceeds to kick this man's ass all over the stadium, just over a night's worth of training. Now, I'm not going to say here in front, I have learned the whole preamble in a night just based off of the School of Rock. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union. And I did sing that in front of my whole entire 4th grade class, and I did get an A. So thank you, Miss Gossett. Very much love you. It's very unique how they kind of build this tension between each other, and then all of a sudden she desecrates them, and then he's just like, hey, yeah, you're the best we've ever seen. You want to join our cult? I mean club? I mean cult? I mean cult? I mean cult? I mean club? Because that's the whole point of Pokemon. The whole point of Pokemon is that it's a cult. That's literally what the first episode is called. It's called the cult. Sorry, it's called the club. My bad. The same difference. Pokecoins, that's going to come into play later, but like, don't even worry about it now, because that's not going to come into play until like episode 4. We don't see this reoccurring until episode 4. So like, why am I investing my time? Anyways, so the first episode out of the way, she's already got her ass kicked. She's already a prodigy. I already know there's probably going to be a rival coming up.
So the new girl can play.
Wow, who could have guessed it? Who could have guessed it? Her rival that we were made to seem like was her rival is not her rival, and her rival actually has a ghost-type Pokemon, because we haven't seen that in any other anime, have we? Have we? Nah, the big bad not being the big bad, but in turn is also her rival? What? Joshua's more like Brock to her than anything else. And then all of a sudden, this other big bad who's kind of like blue to her, but it's also not her rival. You'll see in the second episode. It's so insane. It's just, you're left there thinking, how many people is she going to have to fight? Because right now, I'm predicting her mother is going to be, you know, some champion league like they did in Pokemon Blue. Or there's going to be like some gang member, like some like Team Rocket-esque to it, or something like that. I'm already confused and already don't know what I'm doing, and I'm loving every second of it, okay? Because you guys have not seen... They treat this show as though it's like a football or like a boxer, like Rocky. Like, they have like actual stakes at stake. It's so... If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe. If you want to see more of my reaction to this, if you want to see episode 2, how I analyze episode 2, I would absolutely love that. This is the funniest thing ever. I highly suggest go checking this Pokemon card thing out on YouTube. Check out the first episode, watch the second episode. Most likely I'm going to be doing a second episode, but if you guys genuinely like this, please leave a like. Make sure to eat, drink, and also take your meds. Make sure to love yourself, and most importantly, make sure to love others. You guys take care of yourselves, and I will see you in episode 2, hopefully. Alrighty. See ya. This little girl who got 1 night of training. Yeah, just 1 night of training. Kicks the shit out of his Jolteon with an Oddish, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, well, he says something that I wish any person would say to me.
She straight up destroyed me!
So, not trying to kink shame. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to kink shame or anything, but I mean, we're starting him young, I guess. No, like, literally, I've watched this, like, not sober at all, and it still makes no sense. And while I watched it sober, I think that these kids are on more drugs than anybody else. I feel like the Pokemon Club is not like a club, it's more like an AA for people, because they're seeing like Pokemon and Oddishes, and like she had like a psychedelic hallucination, like
Joshua, are you seeing this?
No?
once or 80 times during the thing. It's the amount of things that they just added in there that was just like, what?